Howdy, also, I got to check out Observer System Redo on the Switch 2. This game's been out for a long time, it's been re-released multiple times, and I was able to check out this new edition of it on the Switch 2. Bloober Team has been re-releasing some of their old games with Switch 2 upgrades, so I was lucky enough to check this one out, and I was glad. I played this game when it first came out a long time ago, and I remember really liking it. This was pre-Cyberpunk 2077, so I was like, oh, it's cool, it's first person. I'm walking around the Cyberpunk little world. I've seen all these LED signs. So at the time, it was kind of as good as it got for like a first person cyberpunk-y kind of experience like that. That was a little bit of a AA, I would say, experience. And I also like Layers of Fear, so I was excited to see what they were going to do with this game. And this is like an older Bloober Team. It is a narrative-driven game. You're not fighting anything. You're just going around talking to people with the occasional question here or there that you can ask. Sometimes you might have a choice of multiple questions to ask a character, and depending on how you ask them, you might not be able to ask all the questions that you want. And especially when it gets towards the end of the game, you are given an option that may result in a different outcome or a different ending of the game. Luckily, the game does have a good checkpoint system, and it allows you to kind of go back and immediately choose a different ending if you want to, without having to go through the whole thing again. And this game starts Rutger Hauer, who is a well-known actor. He was in the original Blade Runner as the villain, amongst many other films. He had a big career and unfortunately passed away quite a few years ago. And it was nice that he got this opportunity to star in this game. He voices the main character. The main character's likeness looks like him. And so playing him in this game is really cool because he's kind of sort of a good guy. These observers in this game are sort of detectives in a way, checking things out, seeing what's going on. And yeah, you're just walking around, talking to people. The whole game mostly takes place in one location, which is this sort of hotel. Sometimes you'll go outside the hotel a bit, but mostly you're inside. So in that sense, the game is very tight and linear in that sense. But I really liked it. If you want more action or like hacking cameras and stuff like that, you're not really getting that here. There is hacking in the game, but it is more of hacking like characters and things to figure out what happened to them. And it is linear, so you're gonna do it regardless. It's going through the experience as the narrative is happening. So it's not like you're using cameras to try to like find a way around or stealth hide or anything like that. You can just walk through, not really have any stress as you go through this game. Now, having said that, even with the Switch 2, I forgot how intense this game can be. So warning for this game, even though I mentioned it was kind of calm and cool and you're just kind of chilling as you're walking way around, it does have intense moments to it, and these intense moments get really intense. I would recommend not playing this game if you are very prone to flashing images, because there is a warning, but it's really extreme. And I was curious to check to see in the menu system if there was a way that it gets dimmed down at all, but there isn't. They've never really changed that as far as the settings and all that go. You can kind of alternate the bobbleheading and all that a little bit, but as far as like these intense moments, there's no way to dim it down at all. So if flashing images gets way too intense for you, I recommend not playing this game, because even for somebody like me that's not prone to any of that, it's really intense. It flashes at you a lot of quick images, and it's weird and crazy and confusing at times. Intentionally so. Like, it's not in a bad way, but it is executed very heavily. So keep that in mind, especially when playing on Switch 2 handheld, when it's like really close to your face. That might be even worse, so just keep that in mind. So I originally played this game on PlayStation back in the day, and then I think I might have checked it out again a second time on PC. So with it being on the Switch 2, I did a mix of playing it docked and handheld. And playing it docked seemed fine. It didn't seem like there was too much improvement compared to my past experiences with the game. Again, it'd been a while since I played it, so I was like, yo, the game looks fine. It runs fine. I'm walking through okay. It doesn't need to be an intense, heavy FPS sort of game. I'm just kind of chugging along, and it was good. But playing it handheld felt pretty nice overall. I think the game, I noticed how better it looked handheld, I would say. Having it a little bit up close on that screen, I started noticing, hey, like there's a lot of detail here, and I feel like the detail was not as detailed in this original release. I feel like they probably improved the backgrounds and all that and all the signage, because everything looked really clear. Even when you have moments of like the screen kind of glitching out and all that, it just looks pretty good. I think the character models have probably improved quite a bit. I thought they looked really good. And yeah, it was fine playing it handheld. I like the sound. The speakers on the Switch 2 made the sound really good. Now, having said that, playing it with controller docked and using the Joy-Cons, the only thing is that with this type of game, you are like using the mouse wheel to scroll. Sometimes you're on the laptop or computer, you have to scroll through a menu, you're moving like a mouse around, or even with the game, you're using like the right stick to like look and aim and stuff, and the sensitivity can be a little off because you're using a cursor still to kind of select stuff. So that can get a little frustrating at times. It would be better to play it on the PC maybe with a mouse and keyboard as far as like best case control scenario, just to make it a little bit easier to move around and click on stuff. But only certain moments where we get annoying, where there's like little collectible cards you could collect, which I think might be like Forza developers, I'm sure, and you're trying to aim in a specific spot and you're getting just a little frustrated just aiming an exact little tiny spot to grab this thing. So I did counter that a bit, but it didn't hinder my experience overall. I was still able to play through the entire game and not have too many issues with that. The game itself isn't super long. You could finish it in about like maybe 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, depending on how fast you go in terms of like picking up extra stuff or talking to all the guests in every room. You don't necessarily have to talk to everybody that's available to you. You could streamline it even further down and speed it up just a little bit if you wanted to. I would say overall, if you have a Switch 2 and you want to check this game out and never played it, it's definitely worth getting on the Switch 2. This isn't a bad edition of the game. It's a pretty solid one, I would say, and you're gonna pretty much get the same experience you're gonna get on it anywhere else, just because it's not like a huge budget game, but it is a decent budget and it doesn't require a lot of intensity to run the thing. So it was a good time overall to revisit this. I still enjoyed my time with it, and I definitely recommend you check it out if you missed it.